Beautiful Saturday afternoon out here in Boise, Idaho for the Region 6 Women's Collegiate Club Championship as the Boise State Broncos of Boise, Idaho take on Eugene's very own Oregon Ducks. It's going to be a nice little game out here. Boise State coming off the win last weekend against Montana State. U of O making the trip all the way out here to come play, and it's going to be a great day, I'd say so.
Yeah, I think the teams are looking good. They just warmed up. We just finished a game against the Utes and Gonzaga, and I believe it was tied.
Yeah, tied game after that. Quick few updates. I'm your co-host today, Ben Kaiser.
And I am Rachel McFarland.
If you have any comments or want to, shout something out at us for the game today, please comment on our UTP feed on YouTube. We'll try to read some of those social media comments and respond to those. Keep in mind, we are doing the best we can today with names, so if we do mess something up, we're doing our best up here in the box. But today is going to be a beautiful, beautiful game. Two very strong teams coming out here to compete. Boise State went on the road a few weekends ago and did take a loss, but came back home and won against Montana State. And I believe it was the 50th minute. So it's going to be an interesting game out here. U of O, I haven't quite seen too much of them this season, but I've heard good things. They have a couple of strong forwards that are going to be big players up in today. Defensive-wise, Brenda was one of the defensive players for Boise State, and she had quite the block last game and played very strong defense. Was one of the big reasons Montana State couldn't quite monopolize on a lot of their downfield play. Rachel, are you excited to watch these games?
I'm really excited. It's a little chilly, but I'm working with it.
It's a little chilly. That was a factor last week as well. The game was a little bit earlier in the day, but both teams played strong and got that adrenaline rushing. I don't think the cold will be as big a problem as it was this past weekend.
They're warmed up. They're ready. It's just probably those guys on the sidelines. They look cold.
Yep, they're definitely a little cold out there. Boise State coming in and U of O coming in. They're taking off the jerseys, and we're getting ready to have some play. We're about 3 minutes, 30 seconds until game time. We do not have any updated rosters at this point, but at halftime we'll inform you of where we're at. U of O is going to be sporting green today. Boise State in what looks like to be white. It's going to be interesting play out here. U of O played this morning. They played against Utah, and we did say that was a tie, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a tie. So we'll see how University of Oregon fares against the Boise State roster. A little bit bigger, a little bit faster players on Boise State than I've seen on maybe U of O, but some strong kickers. So we'll see how that factors in. Should be a nice, calm game, clean play. Things haven't gotten too wild these past few games that we've been watching. Zaga took on
the
Utes, and that was a close game as well. So it'll be a lot of fun today coming out here and watching these teams play. The Region 6 Women's Soccer Championship for Club Collegiate Sport is going to begin here in a few minutes.
Yes, and if you are supporting a player and you're rooting for them at home, please give them a shout out on our feed, and maybe we'll mention them and give them a little shout out.
Please do comment on us on social media. We're definitely trying to hear some fan feedback. Interacting with you is part of our job, and we do appreciate all the feedback and support you can give us. And we thank you for tuning in with us on UTP. We're playing out here at Lincoln Turf Field today in Boise, Idaho, on Boise State University's campus. Not too cold out today. The players should be just fine. We're just getting ready for kickoff here in about 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
It looks like they're getting ready to do the coin toss. It looks like the ref is waiting for some captains.
Yeah, so the girls are getting changed right now. We're just going to they're just about ready. Pulling up the social media feed here right now. We're going to get some of those comments hopefully coming in here in a few moments. University of Oregon coming out of Eugene, Oregon. Quick 9-hour drive over here is quite the trek for this game. We'll see how that fares for them. I'm not quite sure how their season's been at home, but I've heard good things on the road, so maybe they'll end up being a tough competitor for these Boise State Broncos. We'll see how that fares later in the game. Ultimately, Rachel, I think some of the keys to success today is going to be the hustle and keeping the ball on U of O's side of the field. If Boise State's going to have a real shot, it's going to be controlling those defensive plays.
Exactly. I agree.
getting the lined up right here. A little bit of the last minute warm-ups as the refs walk out to center field. We're just approaching just under a minute, about 40 seconds here until game time does begin. I am once again your co-host, Ben Kaiser.
And I am Rachel McFarland. It looks like U of O is actually warming up.
We're doing a last little bit of some line straddling and some sprints to get a little warm before the game starts, and they're looking like they're ready to go out there and take the field by storm. Yeah. Boise State as well, keeping loose. It's going to be quite the game out here today. It's 12:09 in the afternoon. We're about ready to start. Game time is at 12:10. Just under 10 seconds left before game time. We're going to hear these refs' whistles any moment, and the gameplay will begin. Boise State coming off the win against Montana State last weekend. I'm not quite sure if this is their only game this weekend. They might have another one. Oh, they think they do have another one right after this, and I think they're taking on Gonzaga. So that is going to be an interesting match as well. Boise State hopefully carrying some momentum into that game with a win here would be huge for them, making some ripples here in the Region 6 Women's Soccer Championship, Boise State Collegiate Soccer.
Looks like they're having a team talk over at Boise State, and they just did their cheer. The players are taking the field. Looks like the coach is giving the players at U of O a little pep talk before the game. Field 1 Lincoln Turf here. Boise State facing off against University of Oregon. And a quick correction, they'll be playing Washington State this evening at 3:50, and that's going to be the next game that Boise State does in fact take on, which will be another big match. Washington State faced off this morning against U of O, and I think it was a tie. U of O a strong team, Washington State also a strong team. These girls are quite some competitors, and we've seen some fast play. So let's see how Boise State is going to fare. Annie Casey out there taking the field. Defense is definitely going to be the key for Boise State today. Some of their faster sprinters up front, it's going to be easy for them to keep it on that side of the field, but making sure U of O kind of stays on, doesn't quite get the ball past the half field mark is going to be key for them. Staying alive, staying awake, and staying fast is definitely the key to success. All right, U of O starting with the ball. We got everyone set up and ready to go.
A couple of honking drivers by supporting Boise State Broncos. We're always appreciative of support. I see some U of O jerseys out there on the far side of the field. Looks like we have some fans traveling from Eugene to come watch some family. And there we go. We have the game has begun. U of O letting the ball get into the back side of them. They're going to do some establishing. Andy can get in front of that. Doesn't quite make it. Pushes the ball out, and we're going to see Boise State's first real possession of the game. Let's see what kind of momentum they can carry here. Pushes upfield.
Oh, they're bringing it down, but keeping possession.
Bringing it down and across. U of O has got strong kick right there to the other side of the field.
They're taking it slow up the field. They really aren't trying to go through any players.
U of O keeper with the ball. That's number 7, Ashley Conte today, I believe is who we have right there at the goal. Can't quite get a good look. Boise State deflects the ball. Midfielder grabs it, and they run for the forward, but she's just trying to keep that thing in bounds and does a good job of keeping it in front of her. That's number 19, Sydney Koback, pushing the ball back downfield towards the midway line. Boise State's got to make something happen here, keeping it on the right side of the field.
Yeah, U of O is not afraid to pass it back. If they can't go forward, they'll go back and try getting it up the other side.
U of O with a good kick there, making a stride for the left side of the field.
Oh, we got a forward up here.
Beautiful shot there by number 8, Jane Elliott. U of O not quite finding the outlets they were hoping for to commit on this goal.
Oh, we got someone coming towards the center. And Boise State kicks it out.
There we go, back to Gene Elliott. U of O's midfielder's been utilized a lot here in these first few minutes, approaching the 37-minute mark. See if UNO can push something downfield. Boise State deflects that and gets it up to number 8. Boise State not quite possessing the ball, I think, like they'd hoped to here in these first few minutes. We'll see if that changes.
Yeah, they're holding them back, but oh, we got possession right now.
U of O's defense has been fairly consistent.
Yeah, very consistent. Holding possession. A lot of the possession is on defense, actually. Just passing it back and forth. Looking for an open spot.
We see U of O here pushing that down the left side of the field. We're going to see if they can make something happen here in the middle. Boise State forwards intercept the ball, set something up. We'll see if they'll be able to push it downfield. 13 to number, ooh, didn't quite get a good look at that. Look at Brenda's number 7 back there in the defense. She's doing an excellent job today of staying active and moving around those U of O offensive players, trying to get the ball from them.
Oh, we have U of O.
Possession close to the goal. She gets in front. Let's see what happens here. Oh, good block by the keep. U of O back with the ball. Boise State intercepts it, and it's going to roll out, I think. Yep, that rolls out. So we're going to see a little kick action.
Right. I think it's a corner kick.
Yep, U of O is going to make something happen here. Oh. Ditches the ball. Looks like they're calling that on U of O, so we're going to see Boise State possession. I was assuming that was U of O that let that go.
And it looks like that's Danny Lawson in goal. He's taking the goal kick.
There she goes. Has a strong leg, has been able to push those balls pretty far downfield, getting those midfielders and forwards in some action. We saw that last game against Montana State. Anna Casey loses the ball to U of O, so that's going to be a U of O possession. We're going to see number 21, Amy Shepard, come up here, and she's probably going to do the overhead.
U of O taking it up the field. Wide open space. Looks like we're crossing it. Deflected by Boise State.
Good deflection right there.
And it's out.
Yep, Boise State pushes that out of bounds, so it's going to be a U of O overhead. We're going to see number 8, Gene Elliott, right here, going to throw that back to the defense. Going to get that to the goalkeeper. Let's see what she can make happen here. Gets a little run up, nothing too crazy. Passes it up to number 22, Jen Dupree, excuse me. Beautiful shot there. Boise State with the ball, but they quite get it together. U of O's been doing an excellent job of breaking up these stripes downfield that Boise State has had, interrupting that momentum that would ultimately carry them to the goal. Boise State needs to find a way to keep connecting as they move downfield. They are not quite getting in front of the ball like they would hope to against U of O.
Yeah, for Boise State to win this game, they really have to push up forward and really get into that goal, because so far, a lot of the teams have just been keeping the ball on defense.
Not necessarily their fault. You know, they have to establish a point of play. Aaron McCoy there with the kick. U of O making the connections here downfield, something that Boise State has been missing. They have just been finding their players. Timeout. Ooh, right there. Good block on the defense by number 9. number 7. I think that was Becca Brendis downfield with the interception there. Good kick on the goal. The goal gets just outside. She's going to walk around back to grab that. So that did not go in, but an excellent shot on goal by U of O. The second they have had. Boise State's keeper has been utilized pretty heavily this game so far. She's got a strong leg, so we'll definitely see some downfield play. My guess is she'll try to send it up to number 3 or number 1, Annie Casey, but we'll see what ends up happening here. Beautiful kick right there to Annie Casey, as expected. She's been playing excellent this game, one of the key downfield players. Boise State not intercepting the ball here. U of O making more connections. Just gonna wait for the overhead here from number 14 for Boise State. Been some excellent play. If I had to pick a team right now, I'd say U of O was having better control of the ball, but Boise State has still managed to keep them from scoring. We are approaching the 31-minute mark here in the game, so just about 10 minutes into the first period. Boise State here trying to get rid of that ball. Yeah, they did. So that's going to be an overhead from U of O. We have number 24, Ty Harms, right there with the inbound. There she goes, beautiful right there to the U of O player. Keeps that in front, back to Ty Harms. And out on U of O. Boise State has to connect here. Keep this downfield. Beautiful kick upfield.
Now we have U of O trying to bring it up the field. Passing it around. Ooh.
A little of a tackle right there. I can't tell if a card was called, but there was a play. So we might see a free kick here from U of O. This is going to be tough. Boise State is going to have to make do the best that they can and stay in front of this ball.
Hopefully our defenders can hold this ball back right here.
There goes U of O with the over the head. Oh, Boise State gets that out of there beautifully. As a Oregon native myself, I do know 1 or 2 players here on the U of O team, and they are currently on the bench at the moment. But U of O is doing very well out there right now. Let's see number 10 come grab that. Nope, they let that roll on out. Looks like it's going to be a Boise State ball. The keeper's probably going to feed that one, and we're going to see her give it another kick. Probably, like I said earlier, they're going to see more of that downfield play, so middle of the field, some Annie Casey. Number 3, number 8 are probably going to be some of the bigger players right here.
And here we go. Danny Lawson is about to kick it. Perfect.
Yep, beautiful kick right there to Annie Casey. Bounces it just over the head. Boise State not quite downfield at that point. Annie Casey, a fast sprinter, as we already know, gets pretty close to in front of her. U of O making excellent use of the back and forth right there, ditching some of Boise State's faster players.
And it's out of bounds. I have a throw in right here. And hopefully they'll be able to fight off Oregon State. Oh, we have Boise State intercepts it. Have some possession. We're gonna have a big kick, maybe.
Boise State not quite using the middle of the field, I think, as well as they'd hoped to. U of O making a excellent play at the in-to-outs that we would hope that Boise State would be utilizing as well. That's probably one of the keys in how U of O has been managed to maintain possession and keep it downfield as long as they have. That's going to be a Boise State overhead as U of O number 19. Sydney Kobach does let that slide out right there on the tackle, but no flag was called. The inbound here. Nice strong push right there to Annie Casey. Let's see. Ooh, she doesn't quite get control of it. fighting with the U of O defender. There we go. Boise State not communicating and placing their kicks probably as well as they had hoped to. A lot of these interceptions are on Boise State themselves, as they are the ones who are in fact dishing it to the U of O players. Unintentionally, there we go, we have 24 downfield. Oh, a little offsides right there. Gotta be careful on those ones, but U of O with an excellent push, just got ahead of themselves a little bit. This is where we're going to hope to see a large kick. We see Annie Casey downfield already, waiting to receive that ball. Gets to the U of O defender. U of O with the push. That's number 18, Stephanie Lundy. She's been doing excellent this game. She's been one of the key contributors and reasons why U of O has been able to push downfield so far. Her midfield work has been pretty solid thus far.
The ball just went into the street, so we're going to have to get another one out here, and we're going to have subs for Boise State. Looks like 2 in and 2 out.
U of O and Boise State both with the substitutions right there. Hopefully that'll be something that could shake up that Boise State offense and maybe switch them into gear.
Slowly, oh, nope, it's Boise State throwing.
Boise State with the overhead there pretty quickly to Annie Casey. She's going to try to push it downfield. We are approaching the 25-minute mark here in the first period. We haven't seen too much commitment here on Boise State's side. U of O has had a few good shots at the goal, including a free kick that Boise State gave them on the slide tackle. Boise State, excuse me, with the overhead right here. Excellent toss. Just barely missed her target.
Yeah, so far we have 3 shots on Boise State's goal, and I don't think we've seen any shots on U of O's goal.
Boise State hasn't quite had the offensive integrity they would like to try to get that ball and push it as close to the goal as possible.
But hopefully we can turn things around right here and get some players up there and get the ball upfield.
Boise State defense utilized pretty well right here. As much as Boise State has been pushing, as much as U of O has been pushing on the Boise State goal, we can attribute a lot of the 0-0 score thus far on that Boise State backfield. Those defensive players have been doing very solid work, keeping the ball in front of them and keeping themselves between U of O on those big pushes. I may have spoken too soon. U of O with a kick on the goal that goes just to the left. Boise State keeper is going to come up here real quick, and we're going to see another kick. But U of O, like I said, with these fast breaks, have been utilizing their position downfield and staying in front of the majority of the Boise State defensive players to really get those attacks on that goal.
Yes, and Renee Bodart has just been subbed in, and Mally Sir, I believe is how you say it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Again, if you guys are watching right now and are supporting someone from home, please comment in our live chat. We'd love to hear what you guys have to say. Give one of your players a shout out, and hopefully we can read it and shout them out on here too.
Boise State with the overhead kick as U of O doesn't quite connect in the way they want, with a short pass to the left side of the field. 17 trying to push that ball up. Boise State does in fact deflect that. Not quite the downfield they were hoping for in that moment. A quick up though, number 3 just slightly misses the attack, going for Annie Casey on the left. State downfield. We do have our hero cam set up on the field right now. You're going to see a little bit more of that on-field play action that we were all kind of hoping to see, so watch out for that. U of O pushes downfield, traps themselves in the corner, but does manage to get out of it a little bit. Boise State does in fact let that roll by. U of O here with the corner kick. Boise State defense setting themselves up in a position of defense against this corner kick. We are going to see how this plays out. Let's see if she can really hook that ball. Get a good deflection right there. Doesn't quite get the head that they were hoping for, but the keeper does in fact take it. U of O, good attempt at their goal.
Again, the keeper is Danny Lawson with the save on goal.
Large downfield kick right there, just going to get past the halfway mark. Boise State's forwards have not quite been on point with their heading down the field and trying to keep those balls in front of them. Losing a lot of that momentum. U of O has definitely been pushing on this Boise State defense most of this period. Boise State keeper Lawson with the ball here. She's going to set up another kick. Let's see if she can position this into a spot where we're just up. Boise State does miss it, but will recover from number 8, loses the ball.
Boise State really just not connecting with the ball here. Oregon, U of O looks like they're just getting to the ball first most of these times up the field. Their defenders are getting to the ball.
Boise State pushing downfield with what looks like a decently open backfield. Annie Casey is controlling the ball, tries to get it across, does not. Her matching downfielder does not quite get it. There's a shot at the U of O goal. Not quite as hard or as accurate as they were hoping for, but nonetheless they are making an effort. U of O keeper, what looks to be Ashley Martinez. I can't quite tell what number she is wearing at the moment, but she does an excellent job grabbing that ball. If you are watching the game and supporting the home team or the away team or a specific player in general, please comment. We would love to feature some of your feedback on the show right now, as well as any stat correction or name corrections that you have for us. We are doing the best we can. We've not quite gotten the Boise State up-to-date roster just yet, but we are making do with what we have. 2 substitutions right there per team. U of O putting 2 in, 3 in, and then we've got Boise State making a couple substitutions as well. Once again, let's hope this kind of shakes up this Boise State offense. Head right there recovered by number 10. U of O making the connection, shot on goal, gets just to the left side. U of O has had some excellent opportunities in what are otherwise some crowded down fields. They're finding these shots and they are trying to create. The Boise State keeper Lawson has been doing a fantastic job of keeping that ball in front of her thus far in the game. We'll see how well time fares and whether or not fatigue is going to play a factor in her game. Hopefully she stays solid and committed, keeps those balls in front of her, and can lower the chances of those U of O scores. Excellent head right there. U of O recovers with the ball.
U of O really skilled with the footwork here, really juking out some players.
Excellent cut. As you saw, the 24s going at it on that side of the field. I would love to see Boise State try to do a better job of getting in front of these U of O balls. You are correct, Rachel. Their footwork has been instrumental in their ability to keep that ball in possession. To me, it seems like it's probably just a matter of time before we really see a good shot by these U of O offensive players. They have had majority of the looks, which have just gotten pretty much saved by Lawson, but something of this nature is most likely to come pretty soon. Boise State is going to have to start making some tough play calls and really trying to motivate themselves to get in front of those U of O players. Hustle is going to be key for them. These U of O players are quick and do have good footwork. Boise State not quite as assisted downfield as well by the midfielders as I think they would hope to be. U of O excellently utilizing their movement downfield. U of O intercepted the ball just as Boise State was going towards the goal. Let's see if she can get in front of it, and she does. She does take a shot. Let go by number 1, Ashley Martinez, who is their keeper. I was correct. Ashley Martinez doing an excellent job as well. A little kick right there to U of O defense.
Yeah, on that last shot on goal, the mids weren't really up there with the forwards supporting them very much, and that's why I think that player had to make kind of a goal that wasn't very accurate, or a shot that wasn't very accurate, because she didn't really have anyone else to pass to.
I think Boise State's quite utilizing communication as much as they had hoped to. Part of the reason why they aren't having these opportunities to utilize their passing game, that and the fact that the shots that they have been trying to create are just not quite as accurate as they had hoped. We'll see if, as time progresses, they can utilize maybe some of that U of O fatigue to try to... Ooh, big push right there by U of O. Annie Casey does go down. We are thinking we're going to see a free kick right here for Boise State.
Man, she like face planted.
She did get knocked down fairly quick. This is a big opportunity here for Boise State to have a shot. Becca Brendis was the one who kicked it in last game. Once again, not a lot of help from Boise State right there. Did not quite have the opportunity to create a shot as well as they had hoped. Becca Brendis last game against Montana State was the one who ended up making the game-winning shot off a free kick in the 50th minute. Speaking of which, we're coming to about 15 minutes left here in the first period of this game. U of O dominating a majority of the period, keeping the ball in the Boise State half. We'll talk a little bit closer to the end of the period. Maybe what these Boise State coaches might be talking to their players about, what advice they might have, what criticisms they might dish out. Boise State does need to continue hustling to keep those balls in control. Big kick here from U of O downfield. Will they have the speed to come up with this? It's looking like Becca's going to get in front of it and kind of push it towards the quarter. She does let that go, so it will be a U of O corner kick if I am correct. Oh, excuse me, a quick overhead. I meant an overhead shot.
U of O's getting pretty close to the goal right here.
Pushing downfield. Now we're going to see... Oh, U of O did actually push that one out. I was mistaken. I was going to make the comment that that was Boise State, but U of O did push that out of the goal. Boise State keeper Lawson is going to be here with the kick. Hopefully these midfielders can hustle up a little bit. Oh, we're waiting. Sorry, excuse me. There's some subs coming off the field right now. A little bit of delay of play. Hopefully these midfielders are going to be able to assist Boise State on this possession. It's going to be instrumental that Lawson gets this and dishes it to one of the players. Beautiful shot. U of O does intercept with the header. Boise State with the recovery. Are they going to be able to control it? Yes, they are. Another miscommunication right there by Boise State, not coordinating their passing routes quite as well as they had hoped to this game, causing for a majority of these turnovers. A lot of free kicking going on out here and not a lot of communication, which is what U of O is doing excellent in, making these passes, passing with a point, and not just trying to dish the ball out because of pressure.
Yeah, I think a lot of these kicks that are going really far, these boots down the field, are almost always going to U of O players and not Boise State players. They really just need to talk to each other and really connect with the ball and be aggressive when trying to get the ball.
I would agree with that statement. Boise State waiting on another free kick here by 25. A beautiful shot. Can U of O get the head in there? Boise State does get the ball. Slightly taller Becca does jump up and gets in front of it. U of O does maintain possession. Quick pass to the left side. Great footwork there. Are they going to be able to recover on that? No, they are not. That's going to be a Boise State overhead as U of O player number 7, Ashley Conte, does go for the fence. Excuse me. Mally Sir does go for the fence.
We have taking it down the field. We have a cross center. Oh, we have a call. Looks like maybe offsides.
My guess as well. Excellent job by U of O slacking off a little bit and allowing Boise State to misposition themselves downfield and returning the ball to U of O possession. We're going to see a quick kick across the field right there.
You know what I've seen in this game is that even though U of O is talking, but they're also raising their hands and calling for the ball that way too, which Boise State has not been doing a lot lately, but it looks like we're crossing it up the field.
Little chip right there, gets inside the Boise State goal. Excellent play by U of O. It was in fact a matter of time. Boise State defense didn't quite get a head in on that, and Allie Lawson with the chip over just couldn't quite get enough height to get a hand on it. Not entirely her fault. It was a great shot by the U of O forward play. Boise State needs to recover here. We're approaching 11 minutes left in the first period.
All right, hopefully now that Boise State has the ball, they can make something work. Looks like some of the we're getting some players subbed in. So hopefully we can be energized to make another goal here, or make a goal.
Here we go again, U of O defense playing excellent with the backfield. Great stop there. So Annie Casey's holding onto the ball a little bit, trying to make a smarter pass, no doubt. Does in fact get past the U of O defender, but doesn't quite materialize on that kick. Not quite sure what she was thinking. Attempting to get it downfield, no doubt, but didn't quite position the ball as well as I think she had hoped to.
Yeah, I think she had the right idea by holding, and that gave her midfielders and her other forwards some time to run up the field for her, but that pass she just really couldn't get it across to that number 17.
I think that's going to be a call on U of O right there. We're going to see the ball have an opportunity to be kicked by U of O defense right here. Free kick action on that slide tackle. Wasn't quite sure who went down there, but refs saw it and they made the choice that it was Boise State's fault. And Casey does not quite recover. It would be nice to see Allie Lawson maybe put the ball a little closer to midfield. Give everyone a chance to catch up and maybe develop some plays. U of O doing an excellent job of that. More waiting on the attack than relentlessly getting the ball downfield. We'll see if U of O can make anything happen here with their corner kick. Does get pushed out of bounds by Boise State. We see the keeper, Danny Lawson, right there getting lined up next to a few players. Hoping to avoid a mistake that was made just a few moments ago. U of O did in fact get a shot off on Boise State. The weak kick in. Boise State, or U of O right here, making a good play. Another shot. Can they get the head? No. They collide right there with Boise State players. U of O does maintain the ball. Boise State trying to get it out of there defensive-wise on U of O. Oh, a flag was called. And it looks like they're giving the ball to Boise State. That's a big break for them right there. A lot was going on in the chaos of that. Avoiding too many mistakes by Boise State. We do have a name correction coming out. Previously said was Miley Sir, it's Miley Sir, and that is on us. We're doing our best up here in the booth. We appreciate all the feedback to better the experience of all the watchers out there right now. U of O maintaining excellent possession, trying to push that ball upfield. Boise State, Becca doesn't get in front of it and dishes it back up. Some midfield action right here. More confident footwork from Boise State would be elemental in them trying to make some of this, they're catching up downfield with the play, but doesn't seem to be happening. Well, maybe we'll see some talk about that here in 7 minutes when we do in fact reach the halfway mark here in the game. Boise State facing off against U of O today. If you're just now tuning in, Boise State is down 1 goal to University of Oregon. Just about 6 minutes ago, U of O did get a shot off against Danny Lawson on our side of the field.
Looks like we just had some forwards subbed out, so hopefully they're fresh. They can get a goal.
Right there's a kick, but doesn't quite come up with it. And 2 girls do in fact go down. The keeper manages to find the ball and get on top of it. Rolling the ball down. U of O maintaining possession. Excellent job diverting the ball out of their territory with relative ease and little to no slack from Boise State. They have not been able to intercept the ball quite as well as they had hoped and or maintain the possession that they would need to maybe score a goal. U of O does let that one go. Number 18, Stephanie Lundy, after the ball as best she could. It doesn't quite come up on it. U of O tracking down the ball really quick, and they're going to dish that back to their keeper. Dishes it back out. Number 8, not quite hustling, I think, as well as she had hoped, but does attempt to catch it up. U of O does get the pass off just before she manages to catch up. Tough for me to see quite who that was, even with my glasses on here at the moment. Becca here with a free kick. Excellent shot by her. Boise State does recover the ball. We're going to see an attempt downfield, just intercepted by U of O. This is the kind of stuff that Boise State needs to avoid, is in these scrambles. They need to make better use of their communication skills in order to get better shots off on the goal. The commitment they have had to getting that ball there isn't as strong as I think they would hope for it to be.
Yeah, that shot right there was not very hard. They needed to pass it a couple times before they could really get a shot off.
Excuse me, just had to cough really quick. U of O with the ball, pushing down the left side. Stephanie Lundy here on the left side went at the ball, didn't quite get there, and looked like she planted her foot a little weird. Not limping, so the injury is not there. Good to hear. Approaching the 4-minute mark here in the first period of the game. Boise State University is down a goal against University of Oregon out of Eugene, Oregon. A beautiful, beautiful sunny afternoon here in Boise. The weather has been getting a little worse, but we are fortunate enough for a beautiful day like this one to play some good women's soccer. U of O coming downfield to try to come up with that. That is going to be a Boise State overhead as U of O let that go. Let's see if they can intercept the ball here and really keep that in front of them. Stephanie Lundy did not quite catch up to the ball as quickly as she had hoped. A little push there from U of O. That's the second or third push we've seen from a U of O defender. Playing aggressive is something that U of O has been doing very well this game. Let's see how lenient the refs are going to be on that for the rest of the game. Hopefully not. If U of O does continue this kind of behavior, we'll see some hard action here from one of the referees. Boise State manages to stay in front of it. Oh, goes down right there.
The ref says
calling it clean. Excellent shot here by number 15. Can she get it over? Oh, good save by U of O keeper Ashley Martinez right there. She does tip it off, and it looked for a minute as if it was going to go in, but does not quite make it. Good attempt at goal from Boise State University. These are the kinds of shots that Boise State is going to want to capitalize on and want to try to create. These are the ones that are going to match that score of U of O and make them a contending team in this game. 2 minutes approaching here before the halfway mark. Doesn't quite get it. Ball does go into traffic. We'll fetch that here in a moment as we get a new one out onto the field. Number 12 coming out here on the side, and that's going to be Nikki Nishimura, excuse me. She was the one who did push down the Boise State player here a few moments ago, and it looks like she will be the one to have the inbound kick. Searching around.
We got the ball back.
The ball is back, and we are ready to resume play here in the game. Just a minute left here in the first period. Boise State's going to want to keep that defense strong here in the last few moments. They kick the ball out of bounds in order to slow some of that momentum. Becca Brendis does get it and stays in the field, but does fall out of bounds. Boise State trying to fraction the play here as much as possible. U of O noticing that and trying to utilize maybe some of these backfielders to set up some better shots and utilize maybe a different side of the field. Boise State making an excellent attempt. Danny Lawson does come up with the ball, so we have 40 seconds here left in the first period. She'll be waiting with the kick. Just about nails her defensive player right there, but misses her. Boise State with a last stretch downfield. Cannot maintain the ball. Number 11, Michelle Bodart, does in fact intercept that. 10 seconds left here in the first period. See if U of O can make any last-minute jab. Just about 5 seconds left. Boise State comes down with that. I think it's going to be safe to say that we won't see any more action here in the first period. It's been some strong play from both teams. Rachel, going into these huddles, what do you think both teams are going to be talking about?
Well, I think the Boise State huddle, they're definitely going to be talking about being more aggressive. They kind of got it in that last little part there. They started getting more aggressive, got a solid shot on goal. But I think whatever they were doing, they just needed to continue doing it for the rest of the game. That's probably what their coach is going to tell them. I think U of O, I think they've been doing pretty well so far. I think they're being aggressive. I think they're getting to the ball. They're passing a lot. They're communicating. Looks like the coach just jumped. He looks pretty excited about what's going on.
U of O definitely talking about maintaining the pressure they've been putting on Boise State's defense. Staying as energetic as they have here in the first period is going to be pretty essential for them. It's a long game out there, 40 minutes to go in the next period. Boise State definitely needing to increase that energy and the communication and the foot play. Boise State not taking the time to set up as many shots or passes as I think they would hope to have. Few minutes left here with just 6 minutes left here in the half. Boise State University taking on the U of O Ducks today. If you're just joining us, it is halftime here in the Region 6 Women's Soccer Championship. We are playing in Boise, Idaho at the Lincoln Field, the Lincoln Turf Field. Women's Collegiate Club Soccer has been going on all day and will be until late into the afternoon. Boise State coming up next against Washington State, who played against the U of O team earlier today, and I believe they did draw just in the last few minutes of that game. Boise State did let one fly close to about 15 minutes left in the first period. U of O forward, could not quite tell you who it was, did manage to chip one just over Danny Lawson. Was an excellent shot.
Looks like there's 2 coaches for U of O trying to give direction out there. And definitely, it looks like the coach for Boise State is trying to make a play right here, talking to them.
So Boise State University will return here in 4 minutes. We are going to hop off air real quick for a halftime break, and we'll come back and maintain. We'll get back some more commenting, and we'll talk a little bit more about that play just as the second period will begin. So we will see you back here in a few moments. And that marks the end of the half. We have 40 minutes on the clock for the second period of the game. Boise State facing the University of Oregon. We had a little bit of some last-minute coaching tips as both sets of players are about ready to take the field. U of O is up 1-0 in today's game. Boise State. We talked a little bit, Rich, about what maybe some of the coaching staff would be saying in those huddles, and Boise State maintaining a fast pace and communicating on those passes down the field is going to be excellent. We have, in fact, received the Boise State roster today, so we're up to date with all the names. So you'll hear a little bit, hopefully some better commenting out of the both of us up here in the booth today. Boise State starting with the ball here in the second period of the game. 40 minutes is on the clock at the moment. Annie Casey warming up right there, getting ready to get going. Boise State is starting off with the ball. U of O making an aggressive push to try to intercept that. As we switch sides here during the game, it would be interesting to see if Boise State maybe can try to flip some of that pressure and for a chance turn the ball onto the U of O side. Annie Casey not quite hustling. She doesn't quite intercept the ball, but U of O pushes it down. Strong pass there. 21, Amy Shepard intercepting the ball.
Mackenzie bringing it down the field, passing it to the center.
Ball hasn't quite found a side of the field that it wants to hang out with just yet here in the first few minutes of the second period. The ball flies out, but that's going to be a U of O possession. We're going to see the overhead on their part. U of O lets the ball slide through. Boise State making an attempt to get in front of it, and they do. Once again, pushing it downfield, not quite what the goal was there with that kick. U of O does maintain possession. Boise State does not quite come up with the head. Passes back to U of O. Sydney Koback comes down with it and jukes it around her. Appear to be Meg Rogers there with the push back. Boise State, U of O going at the ball right there. Some aggressive play on both teams' part. U of O still maintaining possession. Beautiful head right there. Gets in front of it. U of O tracking down the ball. Does keep decent control of it, and she slides down. Are we going to see anything called? Nope. Appear to be an injury on the field right now. While we assess what's happening.
Oh, she's up.
She is up and walking around. She was down for a moment. She just seemed to have gotten the wind knocked out of her briefly. U of O comes up with it. Misses the head on Becca Brendis' part.
Oh.
Quick slide tackle right there by U of O. The hands are up, and they are calling an elbow right there. There's a little discussion between U of O player and the referee. It seems that they agree with it. We're going to see a free kick here from Becca Brendis. Becca was the one who, in fact, did score Boise State's only goal last weekend against Montana State University.
Let's see if we can see something here again.
Something similar. She'll have to make a strong attack. U of O lining up to block the hit. Ashley Martinez in the goal, preparing for the shot. Becca Brendis with the kick. Yes, Ashley Martinez does keep it in front of her. Great shot on a, or great attack on the goal by Becca Brenda. She is a strong kicker and excellent defensive player.
I feel like Boise State is actually being a little bit more aggressive coming into the second half. They're sprinting to the ball a lot more than the first half.
They have been more attracted to the ball than they were in the, you are correct, in the first period of the game. Boise State trying to capitalize on something like that. It is fairly early. We're approaching 5 minutes into the first period. We haven't quite picked the side of the field. Both have had excellent stripes down. U of O tries to keep it in. They call it Boise State ball. We're going to see the overhead here. Number 24 coming in to try to get the overhead. U of O juking out Boise State defender right there.
We got 2 players down, getting aggressive on the field.
Yeah, Boise State and U of O has been decently aggressive in this game. Boise State trying to match that aggression, not in a negative way, but just trying to be a bigger advocate for themselves in these attacks on the ball and for changing of possession. We have U of O running at the left side of the field. We're probably going to see an inside pass here to 17. Nope, she goes straight at it. Danny Lawson does come down with it. We're going to see a nice strong kick here. Hopefully they can wait a minute, see some of these girls hustle downfield.
Got to boot up the field.
Boise State's going to come down with that pretty quickly and stop that U of O run. See if they can push it out of their side of the field. Look at Brenda's right here controlling the ball. Excellent pass to Annie Casey downfield. Annie Casey does let it go. She was not quick enough to get the pass off. Oh, Boise State number 19, watch out for those offsides. Shot right there, excellently brought down by Danny Lawson. That was a great stop. That would have been a big goal had U of O got the in, but Danny Lawson did come down with it.
I got a good breakaway, but she was able to get the ball just before it went in.
Very true. U of O outrunning about 2 or 3 defenders right there.
Boise State really trying to keep it out of their side of the field and keep it away from the goal here.
Boise State defenders have to make a stop here. U of O in some dangerous territory for them. They do manage to get it out of bounds. It's going to be a U of O inbound really quick. Boise State defenders looking pretty active out there. Hopefully they're not struggling too much. I see a couple of girls with hands on the knees. Maybe there's some suggestion of some fatigue. We'll see if a sub or two here could do some damage. With the inbound, pushes it just to the right side to number 23. She tries to get around. Boise State defender does end up stopping, and that'll be a corner kick for University of Oregon as Boise State does let that hop out of the backside of the field. Beautiful kick right there. Does go on the backside of the goal. Boise State does manage to block the attack. University of Oregon making a couple excellent pushes here in the first 9 minutes of the second period of this game. Boise State defense once again still being tested. U of O has been very aggressive with the ball, something I'm not quite sure Boise State has had the opportunity to quite fix.
U of O kind of stuck in the corner here, and it goes out.
Here we go, Danny Lawson with the kick. Strong inbound. Boise State's going to try to get ahead on that, but doesn't quite get there. U of O was right behind her. Excellent push back downfield by University of Oregon. They are connecting with the passes that they would like. Ooh, excellent shot there by U of O. Does not quite come down with it. A little high. That was a good break there for Boise State University. Danny Lawson right here is going to have the kick again. We see a sub or two on the field. Number 23 is coming on and replacing Katie Boline, excuse me. Boise State University's Danny Lawson here with the kick. We'll see how this fares. She's giving Boise State a shot at establishing something. Becca Brenda's tying her shoe very briefly as well. University of Oregon coming down with it. Big push there for U of O. She does come down with the ball if she can make a turn on it. Nope, the tackle does happen, and they...
Two players down again. A lot of players are getting pushed around.
There's definitely been some aggressive play at the ball in terms of possessions. I mean, this is expected in a championship as such. Boise State trying to make the best push that they can against U of O, who has been an aggressive game. That's why maybe we're seeing some of these bigger collisions. The game is in the second period, and they are down by 1. Boise State's will to try to come back here is pretty strong.
Yeah, and it's still anybody's game. 1 point is not much of a lead, so Boise State could definitely come back and at least tie it up. We got some honking to support soccer over here.
Boise State University is down by a goal. You are correct. This is still a tieable game. They do have 27 minutes left here in the second period today. Boise State is playing off against University of Oregon here at Lincoln Turf Field in Boise, Idaho. It is a beautiful Saturday afternoon for Hollow Weekend. Everyone is just enjoying themselves. We are out here watching a great game against two incredibly matched teams. U of O is up by 1 goal scored in the first period of the game. If you are just joining us, the ball did in fact leave the stadium. We're working on grabbing another one of those things real fast. The clock is still dwindling. We have about 27 minutes here left in the first period. Danny Lawson does have a ball, so we are going to continue the play here. U of O has the ball. They do have possession. They're pushing that up. 18 right there. 70 Lundy doesn't quite keep it, but does make an excellent push. Boise State defense is getting a little clustered here. University of Oregon is doing an excellent job of pressuring their backfielders and keeping the ball on that side of the field. We've seen relatively to little to no play on Boise State's or on University of Oregon's half of the field in the first quarter. Upped it a little bit here in the second. But University of Oregon has maintained a general amount of the possessions here in the games thus far. University of Oregon does lose the ball on the sideline. Boise State University with the inbound. Quick chip back, and they're going to push that downfield. Not quite at Annie Casey, but close. University of Oregon comes back over a chip up. Head by Boise State. Stephanie Lundy does come down with that.
Beautiful pass on center, but looks like she can't get control of it quite good enough to pass it on to another player.
Just off the face right there of University of Oregon's Amy Shepard.
Looks like it could have been a face or a hand right there, but looks like we're gonna keep playing though.
Boise State making a jab there. Annie Casey does go down. They will call that in favor of Boise State University. This is going to be big for us. Most likely, we are going to see a free kick right here. Most likely, Boise State is going to try to position themselves a little bit better this time. Hopefully, some better communication. Defensive players are right behind them.
Well, you just have to get in front of the ball here.
U of O does come up with it. Annie Casey tries to put that back down. Or excuse me, that's number 23 trying to push that back down. Rachel Brendis did try to go down with that. Waiting here on the inbound from Boise State University. There we go. We have the strong overhead here off a U of O player. Boise State doesn't quite come down with it. There's a kick just a little too far that pushes it out on the backside. U of O is going to have the opportunity to push this back downfield. This is probably a good thing for Boise State, giving some of these overused defenders a little bit of a break here and hopefully get them re-energized for the inevitable U of O push.
Oh, looks like call. It might have been a hand, is what the ref pointed to.
Could be. U of O is going to have a chance to free kick, get as far downfield as she likes. She's trying to find someone to get the pass off to. She doesn't quite get it. U of O does lose it to Boise State's possession. Kick into the crowd right there. Luckily, no one was hit. We're seeing some other teams come out here. That is approaching the 20-minute mark here in the second period of the game, the last quarter, if you would. Boise State has got a lot to come up, or a lot of effort and a lot of adversity to overcome here against this U of O team. They're down by 1 at the moment.
Again, if you're just joining in and you have a certain player you're supporting, please give them a shout out in our comment section on the live chat, and hopefully we can give them a shout out on air too.
Little inbound right there from Boise State, and they're trying to push it downfield, and they do lose it. U of O is going to have the opportunity here to have an inbound pretty close to the Boise State goal. This has been something that they've really been able to capitalize on early in this game, or pretty consistently at least.
Looks like a sub, number 12, Caitlin Ballinger. She's gonna throw in the ball right here.
Boise State does have possession, and they're pushing downfield right here, and they're making some smart passes. U of O does get a foot in. Like a Burundi just pushes it quick.
Oh, I was like slide
Calling that
right
on the
there.
Boise State side. U of O does let that ball go. Not sure how agreeing with that call that they were, but Boise State nonetheless is going to have the overhead right here. Quick push and ahead does not capitalize. We have a Boise State player down at the moment.
Don't really know what happened. She just kind of went down.
She's what looks like adjusting a shin guard or touching a shin, but she is back up on the field, most likely adjusting a shin guard. She does not appear to be limping, which suggests that she is okay, and she's appearing that she's going to continue to play. The corner kick there from Boise State is very strong. 15 comes up in on it.
Oh, close. Oh, couldn't quite get it in there. No.
Boise State not able to capitalize on what was a good corner kick position and push in. Boise State's going to have another chance here as they switch sides of the field as U of O let the ball slip just out of the back field. 19-minute mark here. Big kick right there. U of O, neither team really seems to come up with it.
Let's see if she can kick it back in.
Boise State making quite a few stops, but nothing sustainable to the point where they could come back on the ball. U of O footwork was pretty great back there.
And a good kick up the field from Boise State defender.
Number 3, Jules Soto didn't quite come down with that right there, but U of O is going to pick up the ball here, and they have an opportunity to push down to the field.
U of O big kick, a little too hard, went straight to the goalie.
Boise State defense, good right there.
Ooh, that was a close cross they had right there.
Not quite sustaining it as well as they had hoped. Boise State right here is going to have the opportunity to pass in on their side of the field. We have some subs here on the side. 3 players are coming in for the University of Oregon. Emily Barnett, Michelle Bodart, and Sydney Kobach all do re-enter the game. Boise State's number 10, Sadie Winghoff, and number 4, we have JC Unler right there entering for Boise State University. We're going to see that just right there in the corner. Boise State has an opportunity to pass this in over the head, and we see a strong toss intercepted by University of Oregon. Boise State recovers fairly well. Looks like we're going to take a trip down the other side of the field briefly, but U of O does intercept. Boise State crosses the U of O defender, but U of O does manage to regain possession there for a second. They're making a stride down here on the left side of the field. See if they can position themselves in a way to get on against the goal. They do not. They're going to push that back at their keeper briefly and try to reset something up. Quick pass here to number 5. University of Oregon. 21 right there. Amy Shepard trying to come down with the ball as they get out on Boise State University. So it's going to be a corner kick for University of Oregon right here. Or yes, it's going to be a corner kick for University of Oregon right here as Boise State does not quite keep possession as they approach the back side of the field. We see a lot of Boise State lining up here for the defense. Just a small kick in right there for University of Oregon, something that they've tended to do from time to time during this game. They are up a point right now, so their ball just went over the fence, going at Sawtooth Hall, the new honors college that was just installed here at Boise State University over the summer, is what you're seeing right there on the right of a Lincoln Field. Kind pedestrian enough to grab the ball for us.
Oh, we got an extra one though, so we can continue on the game.
The weather does seem to be turning here a little bit as things do seem to be getting a little bit colder. The girls do not look like they are affected that much. They are quite active out here on the field. All sets of players are being utilized to their extent, even the University of Oregon defensive backfield.
Oh, looks like we might have a breakaway. Oh, but
Small kick, Danny Lawson does come up with it. University of Oregon defense right here with the ball. Kick right there, going across. Danny's going to come up with it briefly. U of O does try to get something going at the goal, does not quite capitalize. But Danny Lawson's going to push that downfield. A monster kick by her. Boise State forward. Annie Casey almost collides right there with University of Oregon player. And they're going to call that for U of O. That's going to be a free kick. Looks like Annie Casey was involved in that incident. See what kind of shot here they try to capitalize on. Quickly up, though, we have Amelia Armstrong, Nikki Nishimura, Stephanie Lundy, and Ty Harms are all on the subline, about ready to re-enter the game.
And for Boise State, we have Taylor Garber, number 25. Looks like we got 23, which would be Rachel Brennis, and 24, which will be Chloe Monroe. Subbing in right now.
We're hitting the 13-minute mark here, so the second period is diminishing decently quick. Boise State University still down a goal against the University of Oregon. That was scored in the 15-minute mark left in the first period. Approaching a similar time period here now in the second quarter. We do have a corner kick here from U of O. We're going to see what they kind of capitalize here. A stronger kick at the goal. Can't quite get a head on it. University of Oregon does maintain it. Long, large kick right there that does cross the boundaries. We do apologize for the noise. We are in the parking garage right now, and there's a fair amount of activity with vehicles behind us, but we're going to try to do our best to talk over that. Boise State sending in a few more substitutions right now. 23 and 24 entering the field. I believe we already listed those players a brief moment ago.
And we have 12 is coming out. That would be Caitlin. And I think
Danny Lawson with a strong kick right there. University of Oregon is going to come down with that with the head. They are maintaining general possession here in these last few minutes. It's been a struggle for Boise State in this game to try to push the ball downfield. Their footwork and communication have not been, I think, what the coaching staff as well as themselves had hoped for them, or hoped that it would be. Strong push right there. We're going to see Danny Lawson go and grab that super quick.
big kick center field. And it looks like Boise State's going to get possession of that. And it's out. Looks like it's going to be U of O's ball as they throw in. Slowly getting closer to the goal here. And it looks like Danny Lawson, the goalie, might be a tad tired. So he's been having to work a lot this game. So and we have number 7 coming in for Boise State, Becken Brennis.
So Becca has re-entered the field, one of their star defensive players. She's out there right now. Boise State's defense has seen a lot of substitutions just for the amount of activity that U of O has put upon them. With 10 minutes left here in the second period of this Boise State University of Oregon game. If you are joining us, this is Region 6 of the Women's Collegiate Club Soccer Championship here in Boise, Idaho. Boise State will be playing up next against Washington State University. They will be taking on Washington State University at 3:50 today. I think we have a game in between there. See how this plays out. Ooh, Boise State does take that away from the keeper right there. Doesn't quite materialize, but we have the U of O defender standing up and getting rid of that ball quick. U of O's reactions to plays today have been quite quick and precise. We do see a Boise State player trip just briefly right there.
Oh, it looks like a cell phone. It just fell out of someone's pocket. Or a shin guard. Oh, shin guard, that's what it is.
I think that's probably a shin guard there. Number 24 looking like she's going to come grab that briefly. She does. She throws that back on. It's been a physical game. I don't see how something like that hasn't happened earlier. Boise State and U of O have been playing very aggressive ball today. Both of them anxiously trying to get at each other's goals. Boise State not really capitalizing as well as they'd like to. Most likely one of the reasons why they've been playing so aggressively, trying to get in front of these U of O defenders who have been aggressive and who are quick players.
Looks like the other teams are warming up, getting ready for the next game.
We're approaching 8 minutes left here in the Boise State second period. U of O with the ball at the moment. Crossing up Boise State offender right there. Shot right there. Boise State Boise State does come up with it. Danny Lawson is going to set up right here. Strong kick from her downfield. U of O once again does intercept Danny Lawson's kicks. She has not quite positioned the ball as well as she'd hoped, I would imagine, as she did in the first period of the game.
Oh, we're taking it up the field, Boise State. Oh, looks like a foul has been called and a player's down.
A player's down on the field.
Oh, is she gonna get back up? Yeah, I think she's
regaining.
Good.
She's coming back up. We've seen a few players go down in some of these collisions. Luckily, fortunate enough for everyone, not too much damage has been done to the players. They have been able to get back up and return to play. We're going to see a free kick here for Boise State University. Squaring up, we have number 22, which is Rachel. She will be coming up here for the free kick. Her sister, Becca, was the one who did end up scoring in last Saturday's game against Montana State University. Big kick right here. Doesn't quite materialize the way that she had hoped for it to. She's calling to Boise State, number 10. Draws downfield. Dribble out, and they're going to call that in favor of Boise State University. A break right there for themselves. They're going to be able to throw this in on that side of the field. We have a couple players coming off the field right now for University of Oregon. We'll fill you in on who they are as the play continues, but right now, number 10, about ready with the inbound kick. Beautiful head right there from U of O, getting that over the Boise State player, losing that control. Good kick right there. Doesn't quite maintain it as well as she had hoped. Pick up Brendy.
Oh, we got a breakaway.
Number 19 is downfield, and she does cross up Boise State defenders. They are on 3. Number 18 coming down. Shot on goal, little high right there from number 18, Stephanie Lundy. She does not quite get the kickoff that she had hoped. We have 6 minutes here left in the Boise State second period on beautiful sunny Saturday afternoon.
And that breakaway was by Sydney Kobeck, bringing it down the field. These forwards are starting to get a little aggressive. Good footwork we see. Oh, but it's out.
That's going to slide out for University of Oregon. See the inbound right there. Going to just kick it up the line. We'll see if University of Oregon is going to let it slide. It looks like it's going to stay in bounds. They are pushing that field. They are finding the gaps excellent right now. University of Oregon with a decently fast breakdown field. Boise State does interrupt that play. Becca is able to kick it back downfield. Brief collision right there between two players.
Yeah, on U of O, Abby Underwood is pretty fast, so we got to watch out for her when she gets the ball. She can really bring it downfield really quickly.
We just hit under 5 minutes left here in the second period of the game. University of Oregon attempting to push back downfield. You are correct. Some of these Boise State forwards, or some of these U of O forwards, are decently quick and are able to jet past these the Boise State defensive line back here in the back field. Good kick right there ahead. Didn't quite come up with it. Number 23, Abby Underwood, did not make it. That is okay. Boise State kicking it back downfield is going to roll out of bounds, it looks like, and we're going to let University of Oregon.
We have a shout out to the U of O women's soccer team from the injured squad watching at home in Eugene. Go Ducks.
Thanks for the support, injured squad. Hope to see you out there in another game soon. University of Oregon right now is about to have the over the head inbound. We're waiting for some substitutions right now. Number 8 does come across onto the field. We'll fill you in as play continues. University of Oregon right there, does get the pass into number 23. Once again, we're sorry for the car noises behind us. We are in the parking garage at the moment.
It's a better view from on top of the parking garage.
Better view. Shepard dribbling around some defenders right there, some defenders right there. One of the things we haven't quite seen Boise State do as well as I think U of O has is plan out their passes accordingly. A lot of the darts that we've seen Boise State have been in attempts to get away from University of Oregon. The communication right now for U of O, or Boise State, has gotten a lot better than it has in the first quarter. We've definitely seen some bigger and some sturdier pushes from Boise State down on the U of O line, for instance, the one we just witnessed, but always room for improvement. Hopefully Boise State, should they not come back in this game, will have something to work on, possibly for the next game they have against Washington State, which will be taking place at 3:50 today.
Looks like that was another call. Foul with more aggressive pushing.
Just about 2 minutes left here. Boise State has got to make something happen quick. They are running out of time against the University of Oregon Ducks as they have come to Boise State to come face off for the Region 6 Women's Collegiate Club Soccer Championship here in Boise, Idaho. Really fortunate enough with the weather that we've had today out here. The ladies have been treated to some kind Boise State sun. The temperature may not be matching how nice it looks, the fall foliage that you do see in the backdrop there, but nonetheless, it is one of the better days we've had here in recent time.
Looks like the U of O coaches are getting a little stressed out here, and they're like motioning to the ref. What's going on?
University of Oregon coaching staff definitely fighting for their players right there. As they should. Boise State is animated as well. We would love to see Boise State capitalize here in the next minute or so. The key right here is that University of Oregon just has to keep the ball away from their goal, downfield, and they have to block these Boise State forwards.
Yeah, on the Boise State floors, you just have to bring it up in the 1 minute left and just take a shot on goal.
You're definitely going to be seeing some juggling around. You're going to see less definitive downfield play. University of Oregon's main goal here is to keep the ball away from Boise State. Just as we cross the minute mark left, just about 50 seconds here left, Boise State's going to have to find a way to get around them.
All right, coming up on 30 seconds here left in the game.
U of O has managed to find themselves a corner kick here as we approach 25 seconds left in the game. We're going to see what they utilize here. Maybe they can get another goal, maybe not. This is an excellent chance for Boise State to interrupt what's been going on.
And that was no goal
right there into the side of the net. Boise State just about 15 seconds here left. Danny Lawson is going to have to get a big kick, and she does. Is the University going to come up with it? They do. 8 seconds left here in the game, and it's looking like Boise State is not going to have the opportunity to come back. And that is the buzzer right there. You saw it, folks. Boise State University versus University of Oregon. University of Oregon stands on top of a score of 1-0 here today. Thanks for joining us here. We're going to do a little post-game recap. Boise State faced off against University of Oregon. Boise State played well. University of Oregon did an excellent job of keeping the ball on Boise State's side of the field. Their communication footwork was instrumental to their victory today. Boise State fought very hard, and their defensive players played excellently. A match of definitely two very strong teams. And ultimately, one team just did happen to come off on top. Something that Danny Lawson was pretty tough for her to avoid. It was a tough shot. She gave it her best. University of Oregon did come up on top of that. Boise State University will be facing off against Washington State today at 3:50. That will be our next televised event here. So please be sure to join us then.
I think it was a good game. It was a good game. It was a little slow at first, but I think once that first goal was made, both teams really kicked it up and got really aggressive towards the end.
The gear was changed when University of Oregon did make that first goal. You are correct. That did spark something in both teams. We saw the aggressive play start to come out. Boise State just ended up on the bottom half of this game. Boise State University will be facing off once again against Washington State here at 3:50. Region 6 Women's Collegiate Championship here in Boise, Idaho. The University of Oregon Ducks, I believe, went 1 in a draw. I don't have the score of that first game, but they did end up coming on top here against Boise State University. If I am correct, that is their last game here today. We have Gonzaga coming up down here right now, and they're going to face off against what looks like Montana State. Boise State coming off a win last week and didn't have the momentum to carry themselves to victory, which is okay. They played excellent this game and gave it a great shot. Boise State University is going to have a quick break. The coaching staff is definitely going to be talking to them about that commitment to play, about that aggressive behavior, about keeping the hustle going and really getting that footwork in place. Communicating on field is definitely one of the struggles they had during this game. By no means a poor performance by any of the Boise State coaching staff or players. They played excellently against University of Oregon. University of Oregon just happened to be on top again. Once again, I want to shout out to all the girls I know on the University of Oregon team. It was great watching you out there today, being an Oregonian myself.
And shout out to the injured squad at home.
Shout out to the injured squad again. Boise State University is taking a break right now.
And then it looks like we got the next two teams setting up.
The next two teams are coming off. Thank you all for tuning in here today against University of Oregon and Boise State Broncos. Our next game will be at 3:50 when Boise State takes on the Washington State University. Until then, I am Ben Kaiser.
And I'm Rachel McFarland.
Thank you for joining us.